Welcome to another pick a card reading. Today we'll try to uncover what it is that you need to let go of in order to live a more fulfilled life and be able to move forward. Remember that this is a general reading, and so not all information you get might be for you. You can always get a personal reading. The links for that will be down in the description below. I'd also like to mention that I recently updated my memberships on Ko-fi, where you can get daily card draws, which help you know what your day or week will be like. You get discounts on personal tarot readings, guidance, advice, and so much more. Now let's get back to the reading. Remember to pick the card or feather you notice first. It's okay if there's more than one. Maybe other piles have more info for you. The timestamps are in the description box below, so let's get started. Hello to those who chose the first feather. Now let us see what you need to let go of. Okay, for you guys, I get the sense that even though these cards are positive, you sort of have this this, I wouldn't say ability, but this way about you that you tend to constantly focus or choose to focus on the positive. And even though that can be good, it's good to a degree. It feels like you aren't being truthful with your surroundings, that even when things are tough, you choose to block that out. And again, looking on the bright side of things is good at times, but you're human, right? You have certain feelings and emotions that you do need to release. So you keep bottling that up, and it's like you're engaging in toxic positivity, where it's all about feeling good and everything, but life isn't always good. It's not about always feeling good. It's about resolving the issues you have deep within, right? So while your head is up in the clouds and, in the sun and everything, there's a lot of depth here that you are bottling down, right? That you're not willing to face or see. So those who chose the first pile, you guys seem to be too much into this fake positivity and toxic positivity, instead of actually acknowledging the truth about what you're feeling, what you're going through, what is surrounding you. Because you do need to face that. Okay, and what can help you face that is earth magic, nature, rituals, and charms. So you need to find your own way, your own ritual practice, your own spirituality that is natural to you, not something you read from books, watch from YouTube channels or whatever, but something that is very natural to you, that feels right, and that you don't need that you don't need to learn from someone, but that just sort of comes out of you in some natural way, right? And you can find that in nature. And because this is earth nature and earth magic, try to, here I'll give you a closer look. Try to spend more time, if you have forests near you or fields, anywhere that is more earthy, right? Even if there's just one tree around you, sit under that tree and just, maybe journal or read a book or something. But try to find something within nature, especially earthy nature, that sort of resonates with you, right? So, and observe nature, because even even in the natural world, there is chaos, right? Not everything is positive in nature, even though, it's godly and divine and everything. If something isn't working, there's chaos. Even lionesses will kill their young if they are abnormal or weak, or, because they want their pride and, their family to be strong, for strong bloodlines to continue. Humans are the only creatures on this planet that actually accept, um, whether it's mutations, defects, or, vegetative states of people, while in nature it's only the strong that survive. So even though, nature is, it's always honest, right? It is what it is. If a lion is hungry, it's not going to pretend that it isn't, right? It's going to eat if it's hungry. And just look at natural disasters, right? If a location isn't thriving in a beneficial way for that environment or ecosystem, then something will happen that will shake it up and destroy it in order to rebuild and to thrive. A lot of natural disasters always happen where there's a lot of humans, right? Because we aren't allowing nature to thrive. We aren't caring for her the way we should, right? We're adding toxins to her breath in the air, to her womb in the earth, to her veins in the streams, by whether it's chemtrails, whether it's toxic food, whether it's garbage and landfills, chemicals, oils that get spilled in the sea. We keep adding more and more toxins in her. And then we wonder why there are natural disasters. Of course, not all disasters are natural. Some are man-made with technology that we have, but all of this is poisoning and harming her. So your advice is, don't let your past hold you back. So whatever this is that you need to release, okay, maybe it's different for everyone. Maybe for some of you it's that toxic positivity or that fake positivity where you always, decide to see the best even though in the back of your mind you're not really feeling your best, and that is okay. It is okay to feel sad. It is okay to feel angry or to feel disappointed. Whatever it is, that is okay. The most important part is finding a healthy release, right? Where you can go out in nature or maybe draw or paint or write, dance, box, go to the gym, whatever it is. The point is to find a healthy outlet to let that go and to realign, right? Because of course when you release those emotions, you're actually going to feel naturally happy. So pretending you're happy while you're bottling up all this toxin inside of you, you're only going to make yourself and your body worse. Now let's see what your tarot has to say. I feel like you guys are too much in your own head sometimes, where you're maybe overthinking or maybe isolating yourself, deciding to only see what you want to see instead of actually seeing the full picture. It's like you're guiding your own you're guiding your own outlook on things instead of actually seeing things as they are. You're just too focused and maybe even too stubborn in your own ways, where you feel maybe that you're always right, or that you need to be right, or you're the only one, in your surroundings doing something right, when that isn't the case. You can learn a lot from other people, especially from nature itself, just by sitting somewhere in a forest and observing. Like, maybe it might be boring for a good, 2-3 minutes, but once you sort of zone into your surroundings and tune into everything and just observe how everything functions, how everything is still or everything is moving, you're going to see a lot that you might not be aware of, and maybe you'll learn something in the process. Because right now your head is too much up in the clouds. You're not seeing the full depth of whether it's yourself or your surroundings, or maybe a specific situation you're going through. You will need to learn from others. You'll need to swallow that pride, remove ego from your situation, and truly learn from someone else. Don't just keep talking. You'll learn a lot more by being silent and just observing. And don't go too far into your own mind, because that's where the ego tends to live, whether it's thinking you're better than everyone else or thinking you're less than everyone else, right? Because ego tends to be a spectrum. It's either you're too far on one side or too far on the other, when really there should be a sort of good balance where you aren't controlled by the ego, but using it in a healthier way. Because it's all about, your mind, your body, your spirit. It's all about a partnership, being connected with all and not being too, far on one side than the other. There has to be a healthy balance. So you guys, you need to let go of just, being too much in your own mind, of representing yourself to other people as, always being happy, always being on the positive side, always being this maybe even guiding force for other people, when really you're not truly happy at all. You're just creating this persona that you are. So that is all I have for you. Please remember to check the links down below for personal readings, to join my membership and get monthly help, advice, discounts on tarot readings. Sometimes I'll even offer free readings for those who join my memberships. There'll be a lot of interesting things. I'm just sort of, trying to organize everything right now, but feel free to check out all the links down below. And remember to like, subscribe, and comment. I always like to hear feedback. And I'll see you guys next time. Hello to those who chose the second feather, this sort of white or light grayish. So what you need to let go of. Okay, destruction and renovation. Breathing. Okay, so for those of you who chose this, the second feather, I get the sense that you guys are feeling suffocated in your situation, whatever this is, and you need to let go of this. There's this tense energy around you where you're maybe feeling trapped, or it feels like everything is falling apart around you. And it's like you need to let go of this doom and gloom in your mind. It's like you're constantly feeling like you can't get a breath of fresh air. There's this heaviness in your chest. Maybe there's a really heavy situation going around you. Maybe it's financial, or maybe some disagreements or family issues. It says you're stranded and feel stuck with no way of knowing how to get back on track. This tends to happen when you're overwhelmed or have been doing something for too long and it isn't working anymore. This is your tower moment, when everything needs to break down before it can be rebuilt again. New ideas, solutions, and paths are needed now. Take a moment to see where you are and what you have before rebuilding, rebranding, or moving forward. So if this is you and this feels like your situation currently, this is a moment when things need to break down because something new is being built around you, right? So imagine living in this crappy building that, the roof is leaking, the walls are moldy and musty, and someone is trying to build this amazing, like, new, fresh, sleek looking building, something where you can, a place where you can feel your best, like you have a sanctuary where you feel more wealthy and, like you can breathe. Of course, your building first needs to be destroyed, right? So this is what happens in our lives as well. In order to move forward, like maybe there's this, it's like you have so much around you, right? So much things going on. Maybe it's for some of you, maybe it's hoarding, right? Maybe you've collected so many things, or maybe your closet is just full of clothes that you barely even touch or wear. Maybe it's, you have all these different friends or friend groups that you sort of pop in and out of, but no one that truly, you feel connected to on as a friend that basically you can depend on. Whatever your situation is, there's just too much there that needs to be, a lot needs to be sort of broken down, destroyed, um, moved away from, or whatever it is, in order for this fresh energy to sweep in and to renew everything to make you thrive, right? Like I said to the first group that chose the first feather, if an environment isn't benefiting the ecosystem, there tends to come a natural disaster that tends to destroy it all in order for it to restart again, right? So this is your moment, okay? So try to take deep breaths throughout the day in order to ease that burden that you feel, okay? Try to move and slowly adapt to any changes that are happening. If there are things that you can change yourself, change them, like if you have the actual power to do that. But for those things that are out of your hands, just trust that the universe has your best intentions at heart, and just, sort of take it day by day, okay? Don't overwhelm yourself with the future or things you need to do or achieve or work on. Just take it, one step at a time, okay? Don't look too far ahead. Okay, so what can help you on this journey to remove this? Connect with animals, animal spirit guides, healing, and past pets. So if you do have pets at home, maybe spend more time with them. I learned myself that when I'm too overwhelmed with my own work and my own ideas, like I have 50 things going on in my head and it's pulling me left and right and I have no idea what to even choose to focus on. The best thing that I can do is actually go out for a walk with my dog. Just enjoy the day, watch her play in the water, or, walk through forests together, whatever it is. And just bonding with an animal and just appreciating their genuine, natural, honest selves, it tends to sort of, remove those burdens and that overwhelming feeling. It helps you breathe easier. For those of you who don't have pets and maybe have pets that have passed on, maybe if you have buried them nearby, maybe visit their grave or spend some time like looking at, photo albums or online images, that you have like on your computer or whatever of them, and just remember the good times, and get in touch with those memories of what once was. And you might get sad, of course, but just appreciate the memories you had with this pet. Okay, try to maybe go out walking. For those of you who don't have past pets or current pets, go out walking and just try to observe um, life, birds, swans, whatever you have in your area, other dogs, if maybe your neighbor has a dog or something, maybe sit outside in your backyard and just, watch it play around. Or because animals, not only can we learn a lot from them, just how to, not stress and just go with the flow, but they're like they're like angels in, physical bodies. They relieve our stress. It's claimed that even, petting a dog or a cat, um, it tends to relieve our stress. Okay, so your advice, or yes, your advice is the end of a tough cycle approaches. So whatever this is that is being destroyed currently, it's not going to obviously last forever, right? It doesn't always rain. Eventually the sun comes out and everything's good again. So this shake, this imbalance, this thing that is breaking down around you, okay? It needs to do so in order to rebuild your ecosystem to become something that is beneficial for you. So don't worry too much, okay? Like I said, change what you can change, what you have the power to change. But if you can't change something, just trust that it will eventually be okay. So let's see what your tarot has to say. Okay, so for you guys, I'm getting the message here that you need to just take the time to practice your own magic. And you don't have to actually practice magic to practice your own magic. What I mean by this is, whether you're artistic and, love crafting or working on something, just focus on something that you actually enjoy doing, because this also removes the stress from your life. And you also will, because you're focusing on something you're enjoying, your mind isn't going to be overwhelmed by the burdens that you feel, that overwhelming sense that is overtaking you. Okay, it'll be much more easier to breathe when you're more focused on something that you actually love doing. Okay, so find something, a hobby, or anything that you enjoy doing, even if it's just taking walks. Okay, whatever it is, just something that helps you ease down. Secondly, the Judgment card, I feel like a lot of you are too in your own mind, maybe, because it's like you're judging your own self for the slightest things you do, instead of just, standing by your decision and just seeing where it takes you. And if it doesn't go well, just saying, okay, well, I learned from this doesn't work, so let me try this other thing, right? So don't be too hard on yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. You're too hard on yourself, which prevents you from taking in that air, from breathing, and getting that natural flow going. It's like you're too hard on yourself. And if you are an artist, just remember that, as hard as it may be to not be perfect in whatever it is you work on, it's all a learning lesson, right? It's eventually it will lead you to create something better, because the more you do it, the more practice you get. And maybe watch free courses if you don't have the money to pay for ones. Learn from other artists. Try to imitate what they do, and then sort of create your own flow with your own art. It feels, with the Four of Pentacles, it feels like some of you need to sort of just spend time somewhere that is grounding for you, where you can just be by yourself and feel like feel more in touch with who you are and with your environment, right? Somewhere more natural, somewhere that isn't man-made. So somewhere out in nature, possibly, like I said, maybe going out for a walk with your dog, just enjoying the natural world. While others, I feel like you're too isolated, and maybe you should get more in touch with someone and maybe vent to them, someone you trust and know that will know how to comfort you, because it's not always about finding a solution and having someone tell you what you should do. It's about getting comfort and having someone to tell you that it's okay, right? That you'll be okay and that you don't need to worry too much. So if you know someone, because unfortunately not everyone knows how to comfort people. It's rare that I've had friends in my life, maybe I have one, that truly knows how to comfort, but most people will just tell you, oh, just put your faith in God, everything will be fine, or, and it doesn't feel genuine. Like, it feels like they're just telling you something to, move on from the subject. So try to find someone, even if it's someone in your family, maybe even a counselor, someone, and maybe even tell them before you vent, I'm not looking for a solution, I'm looking just, for comfort, for someone to tell me that it's okay, that I'll be fine, Maybe tell them what you need first and then vent about your issues. And who knows, maybe they'll have a different perspective, or maybe they'll even know how to help you with something. Okay, so for those of you that are too much around people, and people are the ones that are overwhelming you, you need to go somewhere by yourself, maybe with a pet, because of course they're less annoying than people are, and just spend time with them. But for those of you that have been isolating yourself, maybe it's time to reach out and just, sit with someone, vent, just ground yourself, And if you don't have anyone, then let me just tell you now that it is okay. And you will be okay. This universe wasn't built to wear you down, to overwhelm you. It's built to work for you, to work with you. Okay, so just because things are being, destroyed right now, and they're tough, and it's hard to breathe, and you can't find that breath of air because you feel like you're being suffocated, I'm here to tell you that it's going to be okay. They all see you, okay? Your ancestors, your spirit guides, your spirits, your spirit family, they all see you. And they care for you, they love you, and they want the best for you. But you just have to be strong, okay? You have to focus on the things that matter, the things that you love doing. So just take a deep breath and allow yourself to have that moment to yourself. Okay? You are loved. And it's going to be okay. So that's all I have for you guys. Remember that you can get a personal reading. If you are interested, or just, are curious, check out my memberships. There's so many perks that you can get, whether it's daily cards that I pick out for you, so you know what your day or your week will be like, depending on what you want. You can directly message me. You can get guidance, advice, whatever it is. There are 3 options to choose from. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more, that you're always updated. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Okay, for those of you who chose the dark feather, let's see what you need to let go of. Okay, wave of power, offerings and value. For some, this may be you need to let go of constantly giving to others. It's like you can't seem to maybe have moments to yourself, or to work on yourself or give to yourself. It's like you just keep giving and giving to others. You're giving away a lot of power and a lot of energy to other people, and some of them don't even deserve it. You have a good heart and your intentions are good, and even though you aren't, looking for them to repay you back for these deeds, which is, admirable. Obviously, friendships, they aren't business transactions or anything, right? It's good to give just to give, and because you admire or like someone, you're willing to give without needing to get back. But it's not right for them to never give anything back to you, whether it's their time, whether it's listening to you and your problems, if you have any. It's not only does it not feel good, but you aren't being valued and you aren't being fulfilled as well, right? Because every deed is an energetic transaction type thing. So if you keep pouring into their cup and not getting anything back, you get drained. They keep being lifted and boosted up while you're constantly feeling like there's a void, like there's emptiness on your side. So that isn't good. Okay, you need to take control of your own power, and you need to look after yourself first. Because if you aren't okay within yourself, then you won't have the energy or capacity to help others or be there for others. And this also can represent not just friendships, but even if you have children, right? You can't keep just doing things for them and never have at least like an hour to yourself in the day. Get like, I don't know, your partner or your parents, or a good friend that you can trust to maybe care for them for an hour. Let them go to a park, or tell them if they can just watch a movie with them for that hour, so you can maybe have a bath, just soak in a bath or something, or read a book, or just do something for yourself for a good hour, just to sort of recharge your batteries and to reconnect with yourself. You cannot keep giving and giving and giving. Okay, so you need to let go of trying to give to others all the time and not receiving anything back for it, or just generally not getting anything at all. So what can help you connect with water? Like I said, taking a bath, maybe going swimming now that the weather is changing, more warmer and everything. Ocean water spirits hydrate. Maybe some of you aren't drinking enough water. It just feels like there isn't this flow, right? It feels like the energy is very stagnant and very desperate, or there's too much electrical currents that just keep surging instead of water that is, flowing. I mean, just the energies of these two cards, right? Even though, this can represent like a wave of power, something refreshing, just the colors, just how muted everything is compared to, the vibrancy of this card. That's the difference here. There's a lot of There's a lot of desperation, a lot of, I don't know, like, it feels like a headache sort of energy. While here it's such more vibrant and you feel this flow and this easygoing, vibe about it. Your advice is a personal issue reaches resolution. So there is, whatever your situation is, a solution is coming towards you. Okay? Life isn't always going to be like this, but remember that you do have the power to change things that you want to change. Okay, there's always a solution. Always. Even if it feels like you're being trapped, maybe you're just not wanting to decide on a choice because to you there is no choice, but there always is. Right? There are options around you all the time. Maybe you just, some of you maybe feel like you need to do this on your own, but you don't. So let's see what your tarot has to say. Okay, so for you, group 3, it feels like you need to let go of constantly being in control. It's like you keep wanting to control everything instead of allowing, yourself to maybe get help and tell your partner or someone else or friend, whatever, hey, I need help with this and this, so while you do this, I'm gonna do this, right? Delegating and stuff like that. You're overwhelming and burdening yourself with a lot of control. That's why you keep giving away so much of your energy. It's like, imagine working at a kitchen where there's so many, guests coming in, everyone's ordering food, and you're the only person working in that kitchen. Not only will you overwhelm yourself, you are going to burn yourself out so fast that they would have to shut down the restaurant before like half of the people even get their food, right? Because everything has to be on time. Of course it helps when there are more people working in that kitchen, right? Because everyone's doing something different and all the food gets passed out like really quickly and you keep just moving on smoothly, right? So that's what this is about. You keep giving away so much of your time and energy and controlling everything because maybe you feel like only you can do it, the way it needs to be done. But that is not true. Okay, you can get help. You can tell someone how you'd like it done. Maybe they'll show you an easier way to do it or a faster way to do things, and you can learn from that. So what you need to give up and let go of is this control, which in turn also you need to let go of giving so much of yourself. Okay? So once you let go of this, you will move through life a lot more smoothly. Okay, so that is all I have for you guys. Remember to check out the memberships. There's so much that you can get through them. I can give you advice, guidance. I also draw a card a day or week, whatever you choose, in order to know what the day will be about or what your week will be about. I also do sometimes, maybe for special occasions, like free tarot readings. You'll also get discounts every month on personal tarot readings. And there's just so many things that I offer on my membership, so check those out. And remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe in order to be updated whenever I post a new one, and leave a comment so that I know which group you chose and what you thought and resonated and things like that. So I'll see you guys next time.